Well, super excited to get back in. No, not that. Not that. Super excited to get back into the maze challenge. It's year 4. We don't have a corn header, and we're about to do a very large harvest. So let's look at the used markets. Let's reacquaint ourselves here a little bit. It's been a month. We have $70,000 available in our loans. We only have 30,000 there. So yeah, the used market could come in handy here. Let's go ahead and head home, and we don't have anything we need to do. Let's double check that. Let's how are we doing? Did we do weeds and everything up north here on the new fields? We'll find out, I guess. Let's visit here, and we'll go ahead and go forward. And I don't remember what we used. Was it a plow for that? Maybe, yeah, it was a plow. So we don't need it. All right. No weeds. And September, we're gonna get to real fast and get going into the big harvest. And gosh, this is gonna be a year, I think. This is gonna be the year. Okay, I think we're looking good on weeds. Let's keep checking the used market, nothing there. Alrighty, go to August 3. All right, it is August, and look at this, 51,000 though. And we harvest corn, so that's not gonna do anything for us. So let's just double check the date is right. Yep, let's make it September. I am excited about this. It's been too long. We're gonna move a lot faster through this series moving forward, and that's the plan, to get these busted out maybe a couple a month until we're done with the 10 years. So we got 6 years to get through, and it's gonna be real telling, I think, at the end of this episode. All right, let's see, nothing there. Let's look at our corn headers, and the biggest one we can get is this John Deere. If we lease it, we don't have enough money right now. Let's see if any of these we can afford. Barely. So this one is this 18 rows? It is 18 rows, and so that must mean this one's only 16 rows. Yeah, so that makes sense. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into our money first though, and we're gonna borrow a couple thousand there, 15,000 just to be safe. And we'll remember that by the end of the episode, the end of the day. So let's go ahead and lease this one. It'll be a mismatch with our equipment, but that's what we're gonna have to do because we can't afford to buy it yet. Really hoping to get a new header on the used market. All right, let's go ahead and preemptively, I don't know why I keep using that word a lot in life right now, get this unfolded. And we're gonna have to sneak through. Oh, nope, that's a tree. That's not how you sneak. Let's go ahead and risk it. We'll take the road. Hopefully no traffic's coming. It looks like everyone's inside on this lovely September morning. Trying to find a good location for the microphone with this new steering wheel setup. It's kind of changed my entire setup here, and trying to figure things out. Yeah, as long as we beat this van coming up to us and make a sharp left here, we should be good. Very nice. And we will go ahead, and I think we will do the headland. No reason not to. Go ahead and get this lowered and turned on. We don't have access to that land. That's a shame. Go ahead and see how this is gonna go for us. The yield data showing up is darker. It's darker than it was. This is what we wanted to see. This is promising already. We will be plowing every single time, liming every single time, and we're gonna kind of ignore the environmental score and just try to get as much yield as possible. And kind of excited to see if we're gonna get around this entire headland without filling up the hopper here, as it is a nicer color green on this area as well. This should be our best yield yet. This is beyond exciting. Now, getting closer to what was the green area of the yield data and just kind of seeing what happens, it's being kind of jumpy. I don't know why it's doing that, like those little areas where it's inconsistent. It's almost like, should we slow down? But look how dark that green is. Oh, let's stop for a second. What does it say on here? Expected yield is 122% out of a possible 125. Yeah, I think we did it. I think we figured out what we need to do moving forward. Beautiful. I'm thrilled. Ecstatic. And we're at 97%, so we aren't even really close to being done with the headland. We still got the whole nother side to do. But we're gonna go ahead and empty out here before even hooking up the John Deere to the trailers, because it was just good timing at the end of the field here and get to the right spot. But yeah, 15,000 liters per? That's pretty sweet. It's gonna be a good day. And just reacquainting myself with the prices. Yeah, we'll have to store all this in the train station, and It looks like it'll be the end of the year here in December when we'll get that at top price. We want it to be over 1,000 per 1,000 liters. That's what we found to be our happy spot, or our nice peak spot. And I don't know if we'll be even looking at the used market, because I don't know if we want to be tempted. I think we just need to expand, get more land. We do have those, 2 extra fields, large fields that we didn't have the beginning of year 3. I need to look at some stats, and we'll do that later on. We'll kind of compare income from years, but this is sweet. Look at the green. So much corn. I think we have enough gas. We should have enough gas for the harvest today. If you're new to the series, we'll take a little bit of time to kind of explain what's happening here. This is year 4 of a 10-year challenge. The original rules were the goal is to make $10 million with nothing but corn harvests. We can't turn the corn into anything. We have to harvest the corn and sell it. We're allowed to sell it at peak price. We don't have to sell it right away. If you're interested in this challenge, there is a nice document pinned in our Discord on our FS22, or I guess the channel is called FS Challenges, but that channel, or that channel in Discord's been pretty busy lately. There's some other challenges that people have been coming up with that I need to go back and read through, because I want to get another one going on the channel. I'm really enjoying these, and people are coming up with some awesome things, and it's been fun to do. Like, the community came up with this challenge. Police came up with this one. Great community member. Thank you, Police. And so we're in year 4. We're allowed to have $100,000 of debt at any time, and yeah, no productions, no contracts. We have to use corn. It has to be corn for every harvest, so it makes it kind of tedious and repetitive, but it's okay, because we're having a blast with it, and it's real fun to see if we're going to be able to pull this off. And I mentioned 10 million there at the beginning. I was a doofus and was like, we're going to get 10 million. Let's make our goal 20. So this playthrough, we're trying to hit 20 million in 10 years. You can see right now, with the little bit of loans that we have, of $40,000 of loans, we are negative where it comes to cash, but we have a lot of land we can sell at the end. We have a decent amount of equipment we can sell. So right now we're probably floating around $200,000, $300,000 when it comes to equipment, and then a good amount of money when it comes to property. So at the end of this year, I do want to come up with the total. We did that the first year. We kind of combined all of our assets and the fields and the cost of that with the balance of the bank account to see how we're tracking. And it's been a few years since we've done that. So at the end of this episode, we'll definitely give an update on that and how we're tracking towards that 20 million. But at this point, I kind of feel like we got to end this season, or this year, with some cash, like a good amount of cash. And why did that do that? I hit the button. Yeah, like I was saying, we definitely need to make sure we're making money and making progress towards that goal, and not losing money like we have the first few years. Well, not really losing money, but we're investing our money in fields and equipment, and it's got to get to the point where we're starting to see some profit roll in and start getting towards that $20 million. Otherwise, we're going to fall real short. And I also like to mention my confidence level. And honestly, I don't remember what I said at the end of year 3. I probably should have reviewed that before starting this. But right now, I would say I'm about mid-tier on what if we're going to hit the 10 million. I'm feeling about like a C if we did like regular school grades. I think we're at a D to an F for the 20 million. And it's going to be really interesting this year to see how that changes, if it goes up to like an A or B for the 10 million, or if it goes towards a D or F for the 10 million. So, but we'll keep going here, and we're going to have to back out and get our grain cart. And we might be in a tough situation when it comes to going up and down with emptying this thing, but we'll get that all sorted out. And lots of harvests, lots of planting sessions ahead of us in this video. We're going to get through year 4. So time to get the John Deere all set up for the first time today. And that's probably going to be in the way. I don't know if we're going to be able to back up into that trailer there. And we could use some maintenance on this. I don't think we lose any money when it comes to our yield from using a tractor that needs maintenance like this, but I do know we lose a little bit of power in it. So I think we might potentially see how planting season goes after this harvest and use a little bit of our money to do maintenance on it. I know this tractor is going to be expensive to do maintenance on, but we might be able to be more efficient if we do solve that problem today. And we'll just slide on over here. And we didn't do it. We didn't do it. So let's just hope we have enough capacity in this back one. We didn't do it. No super strength either, so can't just grab the trailer and put it in the right spot, or the cart. And oh, we almost tipped. We should be able to get there this time. There it is. All right, so we'll shut that off. And we'll hop back in the harvester and let that unload. Oh, I forgot some rules since I was updating anybody who's new to the challenge. We can't lease equipment, or we can't lease vehicles. We can lease equipment, and we have to return it right when we're done with it. So, like for instance, if we don't finish, I don't really know where that comes into play, but we can't like keep equipment overnight and use it the next day. But if we're in the middle of using it, I haven't been turning it in. It's like, the idea, I guess, is since the daily charge is a little bit cheaper than the initial charge of the lease, if we lease, say, a planter, we can't keep that all year and just pay the daily fees every day. We have to return it once we're done with our planting season. And so I've been keeping some stuff overnight as long as that's the job I'm doing first thing in the morning. Sometimes with this playthrough, we do have 3 days a month on. So I've been just working through the night and cutting a lot of that out of the video because it just doesn't look great for YouTube. But yeah, so check out the Discord and find the link to the challenge if you're interested in it. It has all the rules broken down, all the mods we're allowed to use. Precision farming is required for this playthrough. And yeah, so that makes it a little challenging as well. Stones is enabled, but we have disabled that on our playthrough. We've made a couple changes and added a few mods that aren't allowed on the list. So it's a really good challenge for a baseline of something if you're looking to do a long-term playthrough that is 10 years long like this one, and then just customize it to your desires. And the hardcore one, or the hard mode one, is like $10 million in 10 years, but you don't have the opportunity to wait until crops are at their highest price to sell them. You have to sell right away, and you have to use seasonal growth, so you only get one harvest a year per field. That's a hard one. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to do that, but this one, since we have seasonal growth disabled, I think we have a shot. Let's bust out this harvest. Well, some upgraded equipment may be in the cards for us. We are going to go ahead and hire a worker. We're allowed to have one at a time going. So they'll go ahead and take over the harvest for us, and we're going to run the cart for a little bit. That's how I've been running these harvests. And we have been utilizing the train station to store our corn until it's time to sell it. So that's where we'll be headed. And luckily, this field, the biggest field, is right by the train station. And here we are. I'll go ahead and drop these goods off. It might make sense to like check. Do we have anything else in here? I forget how we do that. Does it tell us? Tell us in here. It does. 8,000 right now. We'll get that going and then pull forward and empty the other one. Pretty exciting. 40,000 liters getting dropped off right now. So we're sitting at 43,000 liters. So that would be about roughly $43,000. You can see how hard this challenge is going to be. The economy is on normal. Yeah, time to wait. Looks like we're about halfway done with the harvest. Get another 40,000 about liters here to drop off at the train station. Realized I was a little far away from the microphone there. Sorry about that. Getting kind of relaxed in my chair as I'm just the cart driver. But yeah, moving good. Just excited to see what's going to happen. Gosh, very cool. Get this unloaded, and that should, yeah, definitely put us above, yeah, we'll be close to 90,000 liters when this is done. Pretty awesome. Ideal state to be in right now. I don't know why I'm so excited. It's probably because I took such a long break. And at this point of the harvest, it might make sense for me to lease the plow and start getting this field flipped. We talked about possibly doing mulching and all that to extend our money, but we might do that in the end if it becomes a possibility of needing it. So let's go ahead and look in here and figure out what the price of this plow is again. To lease it. It's 4,000 bucks. We'll go ahead and go get that picked up. We are going to use it. Oops, disconnected the wrong thing there. We'll get it back, unload the harvester, and then get started on plowing. We'll be able to go back and forth and switch. It'd be nice to have another tractor. So we will be keeping an eye out for that this year, but I want to get it on used, a good used deal. Now this is one mod we did add to the series. It's a nice plow. I personally think it should be in the game. Nice John Deere plow, so we get some American equipment in here, and that's why we have this. It's not on the approved mod list, but you know, it's my series and I want to enjoy making these videos, and this is definitely something that I love using. I got the idea from Brody Farms. Brody was using the same plow while he was streaming doing this challenge. So what we're gonna do here is just get GPS all set up so that after we unload the harvester, we can get that rolling real quick. This set, I believe it's 90 degrees is what we want here. And then I'm gonna hit Alt L. That's lined up pretty dang good. I'm gonna scoot over just a hair though and do left Alt Home. And let's go a little bit more. There we go. All right, so that's all prepped. Disconnect there. And we can hide our guidelines and go get the grain cart and empty the harvester. Don't want to lose too much time on that. All right, let's get it unloaded, get it back in action. And I think the whole thing will fit in the back here. So we could just drop that like so. Yeah, we'll do that and we'll get to plowing. That should be an efficient way to do it. And since we made some changes last, I haven't checked our precision farming score. 84 still. All right, hopefully that's still pretty high when it comes time to sell, because I know with the way we're not using the Seek and Spray or See and Spray for treating weeds, and that was a big bonus in precision farming, and plowing is not a bonus. We were using a direct drill for a little bit, and that was helping out a ton, but can't do that because it's just not efficient. So I think our stone's still on and we're just ignoring it. I can't remember. I think so. I have to keep adjusting cruise control between the two implements. Just a nice, relaxing harvest day and flipping the fields. We got to flip them as quick as possible since we do not have seasonal growth on. That'll allow us to get the most harvest a year, and we should get to a year on each field if we do it right. That's the key to winning this challenge. Well, we're getting super close to the end of this harvest, and we're making good progress with the plowing. Just going back and forth, helping out, unloading the... Oh, we didn't get there in time. I was hoping to get there in time this time. But unloading the harvester, and we'll take a little peek at what we have in capacity right now to our name. We look here, we can see 118,000. This is the best harvest yet on this. I think we got about 130 one time on this, so I could be wrong. We could be already above the best. But we also have that field directly in front of us to harvest, and then there's one back there that you can see with that tree line. That's ready to harvest as well today. So 2 more fields in September, and we're going to try to get those 3 fields flipped and growing as of September as well. Go ahead and follow them down to the end, and then I loop back around, get back to the plow. And all the time we're making it up with plowing is just, you know, extra efficiency. We're going to get to the point where we own pretty much this whole map, and we're going to have to be super efficient with our time. And those, I don't even want to know how long those videos are going to end up being in the last couple years. They're going to be big ones. Might have to cut those in half. All right, that's good. 74% full. Be able to do another unloading session here. Only 37% full, so we'll be able to do 2 more potentially. But we'll get close to the plow here and make sure the cart is out of the way. Great progress. Well, the first field's done, and I kind of got carried away with the plowing and didn't unload, so they're completely done, and we'll get them unloaded and see what the number is. But you can see we've made a good amount of progress on the plowing, so we're moving along good. And this is looking to be like a $250,000 field per year. If we get 125,000 liters, that would give us roughly $125,000 twice a year, so $250,000. Hoping this entire harvest, this first harvest, is close. Hoping to get close to $1 million. I don't know if we will. I don't know. Let's turn this on, open it up. Another 13,000 here, and get them all in the back. And then we will be setting up a course to harvest this field in front of us, and we'll finish plowing. And they should, if I remember right, it's a small field, so I think they can get done with that harvest without being unloaded. So we'll be able to focus on the plowing. They'll get done with that, we'll empty them, then we'll jump over to the field right there to the right that you can see corn in, and that would be the end of the first of what will be 6 harvest sessions this year. Go ahead and drive to about right there, and we will, I probably should save these courses, but these fields are changing often, so we haven't done that yet. Let's see, we want to select this field, and we'll do that field position there. Well, let's make that a little more straight. Target position, like so. Open the generator. We're gonna do 1 tool, 1 headland, sharp turns. Yeah, and they should get this done super fast. Away they go. And we will drop off this corn, see what our total is, and go from there. 13,000 liters in the back grain cart. We'll let that finish, and then we will take a look in the menu. There we go. 148, almost 150. That'll put us at 300,000 for this, about 300,000 for this each year. That's a huge improvement. I think we're getting about $100,000 per harvest of it before. So, yeah, definitely gonna keep taking care of it the way we are. Let's drop off these carts down south here. Or I guess this is west. They're blinking over here. I wonder why. Gas is good. I haven't been able to figure that out sometimes. So we'll go ahead and drop the... Oh, they did it again. Back on up. There we go. Just go finish the plow job. And then after that, we'll empty that harvester and start the next one. And we'll go ahead and save a little bit of cash right now and finish this harvest ourselves now that we got the plowing done. And this course was interesting. I don't know why they decided to take this route, but we're finishing this pass and then we'll loop around. And taking a look at this field as well, the yield is much better. Hallelujah. Well, we did fill up the harvester. This extra yield, boy oh boy, when I started recording today, I did not think this was going to be the day where we find out that we've really shot ourselves in the foot the first few years and the progress we could have made. And really, like, whoa, these type of challenges are something that the early years do matter, and we can make up for some lost money a little bit, but not completely. So hopefully those first 3 years didn't hurt us too bad with the way we were maintaining these fields, but I think we're set on a good process. And finishing this up with another 3,700 liters. Go ahead and drop that off at the cart. We'll get going on the other harvest. Get this field plowed. Moving so nice. All right, that is all emptied up. Emptied up, emptied out, emptied out. All right, let's sneak on in here. Try not to damage any crops and do the same thing here. Whoops. Saving's good. Clear the course. New course. Yes, 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 yes. So we'll go field position right there. Target position. I think that'll work. And same setup. And first place, first position. Go for it. And we will go ahead and connect back to this. Get our course play menu out of the way. But let's get this field all plowed while that's harvesting. And then we'll probably go to September 2 to do the liming and planting and see if there's any used equipment that we might be super interested in, even though we don't really have the funds for it, but it's always fun to dream. All right, there's a good gap to allow us to turn around, and we will then loop and go up and down a couple times to get this field plowed and prepared. I know we're hurting that environmental score, but I don't think it's really going to come into play as long as we don't get negative on that when it comes to selling things. And I think we'll be solid. So 18,220 from the smallest field we have. So let's get bringing in about $20,000 every harvest. We're getting about 150,000 every harvest to the field to the right. Brings our total to 170. And then this field up here, it's not going to do it, but it would be so sweet if we brought it up to 250. We get well above 200 per harvest for these 3 fields. We'll be sitting good. That'll be over 400,000 per year. That's a good start. We got to get up to about 4 million a year is what I'm thinking. So that's about 10% of what we need. And I think we're going to take over this harvest as well. Yeah, we'll get this done much faster. Oh, we damaged some crops. We weren't paying attention. Oh, okay, not too bad. Not too bad there. All right, let's go ahead and get this over and unload. I was in the zone there. Just thinking through some things. That's hard for me to say, apparently. Oh, fuel's getting low. We're gonna have to go straight after we do this and refill this with fuel. We don't want to run out again. Oh, no, we did it again. Oh, I'm such a loser. Losing yield here. 10,000 things on my mind. That's what happens. Well, pleasantly surprised, we do have a little bit left, a full hopper, and these carts full. So 45,000 liters getting delivered. Wow, what a process, Brody. Following your plan that you did. Well done, man. Uh-oh, we messed up there. We got stuck. All right, all fixed. And we will have well over 200,000 liters in the train station when we're done with this harvest. This is feeling nice. Feeling real nice. All right, and emptying out the last bit of this harvest, another 9,000 liters. Guess we get a little bit in the back there. And then we're gonna directly drive this to get gas, drop off the header we can do right now. We're done with that. We still need the plow for a little bit. I don't think there was a rule on having 2 things leased, was there? I don't think so. But let's do good practice here, and we'll fold up the harvester and cruise on over to the gas station. Spend a little bit of our hard-earned money, and then we'll leave it at the dealership so that we can pick up the header next time. Really need to get some transportation, like a trailer for fuel. When we have a little bit of cash, we will definitely do that, because this just takes way too long, and it's just really silly pulling in a harvester to a gas station like this. But let's go ahead and spend a ton of money. We're gonna get it completely topped off so we don't have to come back here very often. And we might look at repairing this as well before the next harvest. So that was almost $1,000. A lot of diesel. Gotta do something about these fuel prices these days. Come on. Feel bad for IRL farmers. Cost of business is insane these days. All right, we'll just park this here for now. Good place for it to stay. Getting the John Deere with our 23,000 more liters. Take that over to the train station, so we'll have 220,000-ish liters. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. All right, and we're at 216,000 liters. Let's drop off the carts at home here, and we'll go get that field plowed, and then we'll rest for the next day. All right, and this job should not take too long to do, so we'll just bust out this plow job and get moving to replanting next. And we're all done with the plowing, so let's go ahead and get this thing sent back as well. Autosave, gotta love it. Went to the wrong menu. And select that and return. All right, so now it's time to get the spreader all prepped with some lime. It's gonna be our first real expense of the day, other than the leases. And I think we're fresh out of lime. We sure are. All right, let's go to the store, and then I think at that point we'll just park there, hop to the house, and sleep. So I do want to get a night passed here, see if there's anything different on the used market for us. And I think it's gonna be November when we do the other harvests. November or December. And let's go ahead and make it September 2nd. All right, used market, treat us good, please. Please, please, please. Okay, this is tempting. That's a mod though, no, it's not a mod. This is tempting. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, that's gonna cause a huge change in our entire setup. We would need an auger wagon, something like this. What do we have that's not super expensive? That's just not gonna cut it. Yeah, we'd need to spend a lot of money to move to a setup with a semi. These we can't buy, they're mods. Beet cart, potatoes. That's not gonna do it. So it's these two, really. Okay. Unless we have, like, the harvester could reach to these things, but are they that much of a benefit? This would be. I don't know. We'll go a couple more harvests without dealing with any change with the grain carts. I almost feel like, now that we're on the topic, that just upgrading to, what's the biggest one we have? Something like this would probably be better than doing a semi for this playthrough. So that's 40 meters. We got about that in the setup we have now, but if we had 2 of these, we could get 80 meters, which I believe would equal the liters as well. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and head to the store, buy some lime, and get going. It's time to spend a little bit of cash here, and I wanted to double check. So we get 2,000 liters here and 2,000, but the pallet version is more expensive than the big bags. Pretty silly. We're gonna go through a lot here in the next few, so we'll go ahead and buy a bunch of them, and then we'll have to cruise around. Oh, why is the steering wheel not working? That's awkward. Like most things in life, they have to be activated and turned on to actually work. So I had to get that plugged in there. There we go. A little turn around there. Then we can get these all filled up. And like always, we'll start with the big field because I have more fun with it. Like to get that done. We'll get GPS all enabled and should be able to fly through that in no time. No time at all. I didn't think this many bags were gonna actually fit, but that's insane. Let's go ahead and get over to the field. I made some adjustments to the steering wheel, and it actually works similar to force feedback now. If you're interested in that at all, I do have an unboxing and review video that is out on the channel of the Moses setup that I'm using. And at first I wasn't a big fan of it for Farming Simulator, but when I discovered some of the settings in their software to customize it to make it feel like it has force feedback and responsiveness to what you're doing. I absolutely love this. Love this setup. So let's go ahead and get this all going. And it should be 90 degrees. And let's get our guidelines here. Try to get as far over as possible to get the full effect here. That's not the button I wanted. That's the one I did. Go there, we'll turn it on. There might be a little spot at the beginning we missed, but we can get that later on. But the liming looks good. You know, it was already green. We're making it a little bit more green. 0.88 tons per hectare. So hopefully this goes pretty far compared to last time when it was a little bit less. pH was a little bit lower before, so we're just raising it a little bit here. So we'll get this done and we'll get to planting. And getting the first field all done here. It looks like we're gonna have around 27% left. We'll go fill this back up and do the other 2 fields next. I think we're gonna have to buy some more lime, but I'm really hoping we don't. And we got the rest of the lime that we had, so we have 6,200 liters here to try to do these 2 fields. I have a feeling we're gonna be a little short, but let's do the farther one first so there's less driving back to the store. I think that's a good way to do it. And again, we'll use our guidelines and we'll drive through people's properties, but that should be pretty good actually. Let's lock in. And we turn that on too soon. We'll get through this and turn it back on. There we go. Let's hope we have enough. I really hope we do. And would you look at that? We have just enough to finish. Our luck is awesome today. Or recently. This is sweet. And we'll go ahead and shut that off now. Fold it up. And I think we'll leave it right here. This would be where we've been storing this bad boy. And now it's time to go get the planter and get to planting, because we got to keep progressing. All right, let's go to the store, get what we have over there to top this off. This is one piece of equipment I'm absolutely looking at upgrading. Mostly it's because of capacity, and we can't really add. Yeah, we just need to look at other planters and see what would our dream be. Let's see. Really something like this, but it doesn't have fertilizer, so the Kenzie here is definitely what I would be interested in. That's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but I think that's where we need to get. All right, let's loop around here. Like I said, we'll top all this off. And we have a little bit left over there, so we'll probably be back, I don't know, 20 times to get more seed. We almost got the seed to come with us there. That would have been pretty sweet. Well, we are going to start with the big field. I think that's wise. We'll start at the far left of it and work our way back towards the store. Neighbors don't mind us driving through their fields, do they? I don't think so. So we'll go ahead and get a nice side view here, and we'll just line up the planter right where we want it. Oh, underestimated the brakes. Like that. Overestimated the brakes, I guess it is. And get attached here and open up our menu. Auto width, and we can just, whoops, save the game. Go Alt L and then Alt Home, Alt End, Alt Home, and it looks like the width has an offset. Oh, we just need to drive forward a little bit, or backwards. There we go. All right, so let's lock in, lower, unfold, apparently. Oh, we can't. What did that just say? Get it unfolded, shut that off, turn it on, and just start cruising. 10 miles an hour. This is why we want the upgraded trailer. And what is going on with the fertilizer? That's gonna be a problem. What the dickens? Okay, let's back up. Field data, hidden expense. All right, we're gonna back up, and if we redo this, we should get the fertilizer correct. Oh, gosh. Let's find out the costs here. How are the rest of our fields? We still have the data. So let's go here and purchase. Okay, this is gonna get us. Just do that for now. We'll go here, purchase the soil. Go up here, purchase the soil, and then we'll go back to our money, and that's gonna change a few things. That is gonna change a few things. So now, as we go, we should start seeing. Oh, we're not. I'm flabbergasted. All right, now we'll come over here. We'll lock in. If it lets us. We'll lower it, turn it on. And now we should get a nice green color. That's interesting. I wonder why the lime worked. Or maybe the lime didn't work. Let's go on cruise control there. And let's take a look at our pH. Yeah, pH looks fine. It was the nitrogen. I don't know why that just timed out all of a sudden there. Interesting stuff. Let's get this done. All right, we got here and just ran out of seed. I gotta look at some options here. I'm not happy with this. 12,000. This thing's not worth much. That's insane. So we come over here. We look at planters. This one is 9 meters. This is 12. Doesn't do fertilizer though. This one does fertilizer. It is 12 meters. Wow, man. Combinations, nothing there to really help us out. It must be, yeah, this one has the extra capacity, right? 6 meters. It's the capacity, really. I don't mind the width. Let's take a look at something here. We gotta be careful not to spend money we don't have, but what do we have here? That's not gonna work. Nothing works there. If we did decide to just go with this and lease it, 12 grand, and then, yeah, I think I'm being an idiot, but my confidence level is higher in what we're doing, and I want to move faster because I don't want to drive to the store every 3 rows, or what do we do there? 4 passes and get seed. We might regret this, but we're gonna sell this. We're gonna sell this. We're gonna get the other. We're gonna lease the Mackenzie, and hope by the time we sell, we can just buy it. I'm really leaning towards not buying any land this episode and completely getting what we need equipment-wise, so that we're just buying seed, fertilizer, and lime moving forward, and soil samples and repairs apparently. But let's go ahead and repair this. We're gonna repaint it, get as much money as we can from it, and we're gonna go ahead and sell it. And then we're gonna come in here and lease that. We might as well go big. Got that leased, and then let's go ahead and buy a little bit of, well, let's fill it up first. Let's see what we have out here. And this does take liquid fertilizer, which we have over at the complex, or the little housing area. But we need more seed, don't we, than this? Yeah, let's buy a few things of seed. I'm just gonna grab 4 for now. We're gonna use it eventually. And we'll loop around and get that all filled up, and then we'll go use all this liquid fertilizer that we have at the house. I'm so predictable. I bet everyone knew I was gonna finally cave. I just can't do it. I can't sit here for a couple hours just planting. It's not even the planting. Like, let me take that back. I can sit here for hours and plant. It's the back and forth. It's either spend money on equipment so that we can bring the seed closer to home, or it's, I'm just gonna abuse super strength here, or it is leasing these. And I think this is the route I want to go down. If we lose the challenge because of it, so be it. So be it. Yeah, I think 95% capacity in here will be okay for now. 4,000 liters of seed. And let's go get that liquid fertilizer. Hopefully we have enough over there for a while, so we don't have to spend money on that. And before we forget, let's hit this into cruise control and hop in here and repay as much as we can, so we know where we're sitting. About 60,000 in debt right now. All right, looks like 2 of these at minimum are fertilizer. Yeah, and 1 is herbicide. So we'll go ahead and get as much as we can in here, and we'll buy when we need to. All right, 72%. Hopefully that's enough. We'll have to adjust GPS here once this bad boy gets all unfolded. Lowered, turned on. We're gonna get this done in no time. Struggling a little bit up this hill, so I think after this cycle of harvesting and when we get more money in our hands, we are gonna repair this John Deere and see if it makes a difference up these hills. 7 miles an hour, blah. And we're pushing it super close on fertilizer here. 91 liters left. I think we'll be okay, but we'll definitely need to go buy a little bit more. I think we have enough seed for these other 2 fields. So we'll get this done, head to the store, and then top off on that fertilizer and get these other ones done. Moving along real nice with this planter. I do not regret my decision. Let's see if we can get around here. Around the harvester here and get to this tank. I think we're good. Get that all topped off. And again, we'll go to the farther field and work our way back as the bells ring for 12 o'clock. Just doing the end rows here. It's a little tricky. Hopefully we didn't get stuck in the ditch. Bigger implement, need more room. Where's my English there? With a bigger implement, you need more room to turn around and navigate these fields. So that's why we're doing the end rows here. And then when we do the up and down, we'll be able to turn around a lot easier and get that spot that we missed. But I think doing this twice and then looping around will be more than efficient, more than sufficient. That's the word I was looking for. All right, that field is all complete. A couple spots that we missed, but I think those will be okay. Nitrogen looking great. Field's looking great. Money's not looking great, but we'll be all right. And we'll have to do the same thing with the small field, but we'll just bust this out probably off camera and get to that next harvest. And we'll show anything, if anything's fun that shows up in the used machinery that we can't afford, we'll show that too. It'd be really cool if you could trick the game by like leasing something and then all of a sudden it's for sale because it's got too many hours on it from all the leases. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, let's lower it, turn that on, and away we go. And the last strip of lime is disappearing as we plant more corn. I do not regret spending this money. We might have to sell some corn to get by, but things are on the up and up. I'm not concerned. And done. Let's fold it up. Let's back up a little bit to give us some room to fold it. And then we'll go drop this off at the dealership. Unload everything first. Got a little bit of material left over for next planning session, but not a lot. Alrighty, we're here. Let's get about right there and we'll go ahead and hit I and unload those things. And then hop in here to the keys. Thank you for letting us lease that dealership. But it's gone now. Let's shut that off. Did it shut off? I don't think it shut off. Shut that off. And let's go look in the map. And our ready to harvest state. We got a couple months yet. So let's go ahead and head home and skip some time because we are done with field work for a few months. All right, just taking a quick peek at the used equipment. That's not bad. And let's make it October. That's lights. We don't want that. And that would be kind of cool to have. Move around some goods. Another tractor would be nice. Let's take a look here. We are still somewhat of a green color, so let's go ahead and look at our prices at the bottom. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward. We might be selling before harvesting. I can't remember. It might fall on December, actually, when we get to harvest those. December and June? Oh, this would be so nice. 52% off. Can't do it, though. We just can't do it. Corn prices are at the bottom. They should start rising here soon. Let's check the field. Oh, yeah, it's going to be January, it looks like. Dark green here in December. And prices are starting to rise, and it's saying it's not going to peak again, but I don't think we're going to fall for that this time. We're going to keep going forward and see if we can get it close to 1,000 before we sell. That fluctuation chart is tricky on this map, and it's annoying. See, it's up to 900 now. Up to 900 now. Do we start... Let's check the used market. Super tempting little helper. Yeah, so we'll keep hopping in here now until if we get to January and those fields are ready and the price is still going up, we need to harvest so we sell at the peak price, so as much as possible at the peak price. And I'll try not to talk as I check this because last time doing editing, there's a lot of weirdness in the click, 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 click. Prices are starting to decline. It is still December, so we'll go ahead and that's the wrong way to do it. We'll go ahead and call the train and get this all sold. And hopefully prices are still pretty good in January. Otherwise, we'll hold on to that corn until July-ish, depending on what we need for money. And while we're waiting for the train, let's take a look at our score. 85, perfect. Okay, so we'll still get a pretty good bonus here. Hoping for $250,000. That'd be a good bonus. Be a really good bonus. Where's the train? Come on. And it's here finally. All right, go ahead and select corn. Get that all filled up. Now the question is going to be, do we have enough capacity on the train to move all this corn? If this gets to 100, we should be okay. I think there's only 2 cars that we can put these in. We might be doing this twice. We'll learn here. This one's opened as well. We'll go ahead and drop in another 92,000 liters. And we're at 180. I guess it was 90,000. I don't know if that back one works for grain or not, but we're gonna find out right here. It does. Okay, So we'll get the rest in that back one. And I think we'll drive forward this time. We haven't done that yet. With our 216,000, almost 217,000 liters of corn. Let's go get it sold. Oh, maybe it was a lot quicker the other way. Yeah, we won't go this way again. Nighttime, selling at 6, or morning, selling at 6 a.m. All right, here's the moment of truth. Just under 250,000. I think we did well. I think we did real well. So let's go ahead and get back home, and we'll go ahead and make it January so we can get that harvest going, and we're gonna spend our money as we need to. It's December 3rd. Let's check the used market. Just hoping that corn header pops up, and yeah, they'll be ready next month. Sleeping's not possible. Why? There we go. And no luck there. But let's go ahead and get in here and buy. We're going to purchase our corn header. We want this one, $88,000. And we'll also come in here and repay this all off, sitting at $97,000. Time to harvest. And we probably need to buy a header trailer eventually so we can get this around town a little bit better, but we'll figure that all out. We're gonna head up to the north fields, the newest fields, and harvest those first. See how our profit's doing there. But with no debt, we're just gonna drive through fields. Let's just get over it. That's how I do it. That's how we roll. And we're going to focus on, we're gonna see how this new field yields us financially, how many liters we get, and then take a look at the price right now. Oh, it's higher than it was. It lied to me. So we'll see. We might sell this today. We might get enough money for the seeder or the planter as well, with the fact that we have $100,000 of debt to our disposal that we could use. I'm getting lost on the map here. Okay, I see our field now. So yeah, we got some decisions, but we're super close. We just need the plow and the planter, and we'll have all the equipment we require. There might be a few items that we want to upgrade along the way, but I'm hoping at the end of this year we have the equipment we need. And years 5 through 10, which gives us 6 years to just make money. And if we make around 3.5 million a year, we can do this. If we make around 2 million a year, or like 1.7, we can get that 10 million. So them's the plans. We'll stop here. And I think, can we turn around on both sides? If that's the case, we'll go ahead and go this longer route, which is just a hair longer. Yeah, new fields to harvest. This is exciting. We'll get the John Deere and the grain carts over here when we need them. Start getting some field data here. Somewhat yellow, a little bit of green. Exciting. We're on the wrong side of the field, but that's okay for the auger. Not too bad. Let's bust this out. And there's our first hopper full there. Decent amount of the field done. Let's get our carts and get it unloaded. It's a long drive. This is where we start feeling like we need more carts, and when we're not close to the train station. So it'll be interesting how many trips we have to make, and we'll probably hire a worker while we do that, but this is where it gets a little more challenging. Nice part of the map I haven't seen yet. Driving this way. Is there a lake over here? Look at that. I love this map. I really do. They did a really good job on this. And can we get through this little creek? Top it. Yeah, we did it. All right, we're missing a few little things out here. We'll pick them up at the end, but I think I left the gas running too. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not sure which way is the best way to go harvesting this one. What the dude? Oh, I did shut it off. Okay. Good. We didn't waste gas. Let's not waste gas over here. We'll get this going, and pretty satisfied so far with having a hopper already full. You can see I'm going with the curve of the field, so they'll make it awkward at the end, but pretty good progress. And back at it. Just set up cruise control and just steer a little bit. Sure, no, this is a normal way to harvest. Seems like we're getting a really good return on this field already. Turn around like so, and then we'll do this little design here and follow the fields. Should have this harvest done in no time. Now, this seems like a good problem to have. We're gonna have to go drop this off at the train station, and we're not done harvesting. So this should fill up completely here. And we have that little bit left to harvest. So what I'm hoping is I can use a worker, have the worker drive to the train station while we finish harvesting. We'll drop it off, we'll potentially sell it. Yeah, we're gonna sell it, and then send the worker back to unload it, take it back and sell it while we drive over to the next field. See how we're doing capacity. Oh, I guess we can wait for that. I thought it was going to completely fill it up, but that's good. So we should be able to fill this hopper up completely and then start doing that process. And it should be pretty good. We'll go ahead and get this harvest done and regroup. All right, I got some of those pieces we missed harvested as well. So let's go ahead and get what we can in the carts and do what we talked about doing with the AI worker driving to the train station for us. Maybe all of this will fit. Not quite. Let's shut that off for now. We'll go ahead and drive to the road and try this out. It should work on this map. All right, let's get on the correct side of the road here so we don't get interrupted by vehicles. And then, whoops, that's not what we want. Let's go into here and create job. We want to, can we figure this out? Unloading. Let's just do the regular job. Go to right here. Start job. They can figure it out. Perfect. All right, now let's close the auger. Drive to the other field. We have 6,500 liters in here, and I believe it was 25,000 liters in the grain cart. So that's about another $25,000. Not bad from that field for the first harvest of it. I know it cost us a lot more to buy that field, but we'll start making our money back from that very soon. Maybe we take this back route, or is this the end of the map? I don't think it's the end of the map. Yeah, this will be a good route to get there. Avoid the roads with the header. All right, we're almost here. We're gonna set this one up on course play and get them going, and then we'll take over for the grain cart. Cruise over here. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it on and take a little cut out here. There we go. All right, so now clear that. We'll go ahead and do that and set all of this up for it. Go to configuration and generate. And first waypoint, go for it. Now we gotta come over here, kill that. Oops, didn't mean to kill the engine. And go ahead and deliver this ourselves once we can get up this hill. That was a bad time to shut the engine off. And I have no doubt that that header or the harvester is gonna be full by the time we get over there. Oh, 45,000 liters. That's even more money. Okay, that field, that's working out nice. So that was over $50,000 that we're gonna get from that one session there. We'll get over like over 100,000 from that in this whole year. We're getting there. We're getting close to that couple million mark that we were talking about. All right, let's get this all unloaded. I'm gonna go call the train right now. Hopefully it backs up and comes back here. All right, so let's, we can't shut that off. Train's not back yet, that's fine. Here it comes. It's gonna be pretty good timing. Shut that off. Head over here, get this sold real quick. And it should all fit in the front one here. We can get the brakes to actually stop. There we go. 45,000 liters, exact. And let's back on up. And the harvester needs to be unloaded. Not bad. We'll get over there. Multitasking here. And that was over $50,000. What exactly? Okay. Let's get over there and help him out. Where did they even start at? Interesting. So we're gonna have to cruise in here and try to pull up next to it. Real interesting. I don't know why it didn't just... I'm confused. I am confused. There we go. We got there good. We're not damaging any crops. Get this unloaded, then we'll get out of the way of the harvester and let it finish its thing. Lots of good progress. All right, let's get out of the way. I want to see what this worker does. Kind of get back on track of what they were working on. Interesting. Horseplay's pretty awesome. And they're just cruising now. All right, let's get this done. All right, just getting it unloaded here, making some really good progress on this harvest. Gonna get a whole trailer full here, another 25 grand to our name once we sell it, and then a good amount still to harvest. We should be, I'm guessing we'll be over 200,000 by the time we're done with this harvest. Nope, we're blocking you until you're empty, bud. All right, now we'll get out of your way. Finish that harvest, bud. All right, we'll go ahead and head over here and unload them again. Just amazing progress. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking relaxing, checking comments, making sure everything's looking good in Discord while I'm waiting for this harvest to happen. Multitasking at its finest. And I do think after this load, even if it doesn't top it off, we will go and sell and then come back and finish the harvest. And we're just about, yeah, 99%. We might as well get going. Harvester's going back at it. Let's roll. All right, well, that's unloading. We'll go ahead and call the train again. Did we get it? We did, okay. All right, 44,000 liters incoming. All right, heading to get this sold. Seems like we'll be over 200,000 once this hits. Pretty close, at least. 201. Beautiful. And to finish this harvest off, oh, we barely lined up right. Go ahead and try to get it in the back one. It's like another $22,000 for us. Let's go ahead and drive on up there. We'll deal with the harvester later on. And we'll probably buy that plow as well and get these fields flipped. All right, last time with the train today, we got the corn put in. What is that called? I don't know. The corn's in the train station, in the silo here, the bins here. And we'll get our 22,000 liters and back on up here. So we spent $88,000. So we would be at 288. So we're going to be well over 300,000 on these harvests. That's times that by 2. So over 600,000, close to 700,000. We need to get that above 3 million. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We need a lot more fields. But I want to prioritize this equipment. And then years 5 and 6, I really want to hammer growth, expansion. And then years 7, 8, 9, and 10 is where I think we'll really get rich. And just to see where our total is after we buy the plow here, we'll go ahead and get that purchased. We're at 141,000, no debt. We're in the green. The only thing we don't have is a planter. So we'll have to lease that, but we have plenty of cash. And after the next selling session, we should be able to buy the planter. And whatever's left over, we can debate on potentially buying more land at that point. But I'm going to take an IRL break. You won't notice it. What a blast. All right, we picked up our plow, but I think we might want to stop and get some fuel on the way to the fields. I still don't know my way around, like the best route for that. I think if we go up here and then we take a left, we should be able to get to the gas station, and hopefully we can fit everywhere. And this is the wrong turn. Oh, joy. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just a cut through. Nice. It was the wrong turn, but we can still get there. Are we going to fit with this, though? That's the thing. All right, we're here, and we're filling up. Watch the money disappear. Can you go in the store? Oh, look at all this cool stuff in here. Well done. Well done. All right, I like money. So we'll stop there. $776, and it's not even full. All right, so we got to backtrack a little bit where we came from. Take a right up here, and then we'll do pretty much a U-turn to get us underneath the bridge to get over to our property where the field is. I think one of the biggest mistakes we've made is the proximity of the fields, and forgive me if I've already said that this episode or this year. I would have done all the fields by the train station, and I think the ones that we buy next we're gonna really focus on the ones in the proximity to limit our travel. But it's super nice only having one piece of equipment missing from our whole picture here. Go ahead and do a whole headland of this, and then we'll do some end rows on this side. And this really shouldn't take very long. Hopefully we have enough light in the day here to get this done, and then we'll probably go to January 2nd to do the rest of the prepping and flipping of these fields. And while we have money, we might want to look into repairing this bad boy, but time to bust it out. First field is all done. Let's go ahead and fold it on up. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now we'll head to the north here, take the back roads, get the other field done. I think we have plenty of daylight to get the plowing done, and we don't have to return this. This is nice. This is real nice. All right, we have arrived. One more field to do here. This one's not as big, so it should be a lot quicker. We definitely have daylight for this. And gosh, I feel spoiled with this plow now. Such a perfect purchase. I'm glad we changed the rules for this because it was needed. Plowing is all done. It's time to rest. Come on, use market. Have the Kenzie seeder. Have the Kenzie planter. And no snow, please. A little bit of snow, but use market. That's close. That's close. That's close. Dang. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. All right, let's get back in the tractor, and we're gonna put lime and seed down in the snow. Okay, this should go good. And we got time in the day, so I'm gonna speed it up a little bit and see if we can get past this snowstorm. Maybe we should check the weather report first. There we go. We'll see if it clears up here. I think 1 o'clock. Yeah, we'll stop it at 1. Maybe things will clear up. Maybe they won't. It's gonna make it tough. All right, just a little bit of lime left in here, so we will head on over to the store and buy probably 7 bags, I think. 7? Yeah, we'll do 7. We'll see how that goes. $24.50 is our cost there, and hopefully this fills it up balances our equipment so we don't have to worry about emptying it later on. But let's get as much lime in here as we can and get out to the fields. And it seems like that is the right amount. We'll have a little bit left over in that bag there. 14,000 liters. Let's hope that's enough for these 2 fields. This car's gonna get stuck. Oh no, he did it. Brave car driving by the harvester like that. All right, so this will be interesting, but we do have some somewhat help in here to help us make sure we do this right. So a very interesting way to do lime here with snow on the ground. Not sure how effective this would be in real life, but we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it and wish us luck. Kind of wondering at this point if planting's even gonna work in these conditions. I thought the snow would go away, but it is just not going away. We just got this little spot here to finish up. Turned that on way too soon, but that's okay. It's not wasting anything. Can only use about 25%, so should be set for the other field. It's a little bit smaller, but we'll get that done. And then I guess planting in these conditions, I don't remember if we did that last time. We must have done it that time. Maybe we got it planted before there was snow. I can't remember. Let's get over to the other field and keep on keeping on. That's a tree. And we're stuck. Looky there. Guess it just had to get to 2 o'clock and the snow's gone. All right, we are here. Final thing we have to do before we can start planting. And I figured it wouldn't be much lime needed on this field either. Just 2.5 pH needs to get increased, and it needs 1.75 hectares per acre. It needs 1.75 tons per hectare. Not sure what I was talking about there. But progress is coming along nice. I'm thinking about buying some fields here with this cash if the Kenzie planter doesn't show up in the used market. And we will probably sleep and utilize January 3rd for planting just to get another chance for something to pop up that we want for sale. But we'll get this done and see how that goes. All done. Let's go ahead and head over to the store. We're ready to lease that, but we will make it January 3rd first. We'll just get close to proximity before we rest. I don't know. We've had a lot of good luck, good fortunes. I don't know if we'll get that lucky in the used market, though. All right there is where that's going to stay for now. Let's go ahead and hop to the house. We're going to make it January 3rd. Fingers crossed. We get something good in the market. Something good in the used market. Come on. Let's check. Nothing. Not a dang thing. Okay. So let's now stay in this menu. We'll go ahead and try to remember what we're doing. Get this Kenzie leased. I think we're going to need more fertilizer, but I don't remember what was left. And it was only, a day ago when I recorded this, so being old sucks. That's not seed. That's lime. There's seed over here. All right, so we're going to fill this up first, see what we're looking at. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a bag of seed and some fertilizer. We'll just do 1 bag right now of seed. And we need this type of fertilizer. We'll just buy 2. We'll buy 2 just in case. We got the cash right now. Might as well make less trips. And I'm kind of wondering, do we want more seed than this? We'll see how far that gets us capacity-wise and go from there. Fertilizer is full. The seed's going to be at like 60%, I'm guessing. Oh, no, those are only single. Okay, we'll go ahead and buy 2 more just to be safe. $1,600. Can it reach? Oh, they're not close enough. Abuse. We're going to abuse the game here. Save myself a couple minutes. That's fine. A couple seconds. But this should be more than enough seed. Nothing pulling with us. We're clear to go. Thought it was snow for a second, but that is just lime. Right? Yes. Okay. Go ahead and open this bad boy up. And boy, that's a good size planter for these fields we're about to do. Lowered and activated, and away we go. Now, it might be a mistake not taking advantage of the cash we have and buying some land right now, but I'm eyeing the fields next to the big field to make the big field even bigger. And so after we harvest that, which, gosh, is that? Let's check. That's gonna be in March, I believe. We will then, when we flip it in March for our first harvest of year 5, we'll have extra fields, is what I'm thinking about doing. Because I feel like the money we're gonna make off of these next 2 harvests that we have left in year 4, we'll have enough money to buy the planter, and we'll have extra fields, and it's just making progress all around this year. This feels like the best year so far. We're turning a corner. I really feel, literally right now, we're turning a corner. But I feel like we really turned a corner here on this challenge, and we're really close to seeing how well we're gonna do. 20 million, it's gonna be rough. I think 10 million's pretty much in the bag, but let me know what you think so far. Just missed a tiny little spot here. We got 39% seed and 52% fertilizer. I think we're good. I think that other field's smaller, so we should be fine product-wise. Let's go ahead and get this folded up and head on over to that other field. We're just flying, making great progress. Some herbicide here that's never gonna get used. Pretty sad. Here we are, time to get unfolded again. Sneak in here while it's unfolding. Oh, we get stuck. There we go. Okay, let's get past the tree. And all is good. Very nice. Yeah, if anybody's, following along, doing their own challenge, I'd love to hear in the comments how it's going. If you've completed it, if you've started it because of our series, because of being in the Discord and seeing it, I'd love to hear it. Love to hear it. That little area we probably shouldn't have planted, but I think we're okay to forgive ourselves for that little bit of extra corn. We're getting there. 46%, 37%, almost halfway through the headland. Kind of watching how it's dropping. I think we should be okay. It is using a decent amount of fertilizer. It's gonna be interesting. But this width of a planter, you can't beat it. Can't beat it. It's worth the lease, I think. And we'll get it after the next harvest. We'll definitely get it purchased. So we won't be able to. We'll have to lease it one more time, I think, is what the way it's gonna play out. And coming into the finish line here of another planting season. Plenty of capacity, 8% in the fertilizer. Couldn't be happier. This folded up, we'll go ahead and get to the store, drop off the seed and fertilizer, return it, work through a few nights and see if there's any good deals, and then it's time to harvest again. It's time to get back into the harvest. I'm almost debating if I should just be on like one harvest cycle, have all the fields at the same state. I wonder. Let me know what you guys think of that. And sneak on in here, get into the parking lot, and then we'll hit I here, right there. Oh, that's a good spot for it. Very nice. Can't wait so we don't have to return this anymore. Okay. Save, save, save. Head on home and we'll sleep a few nights. Keep checking on the crops and get this harvest underway. Big harvest coming up. All right, shut that off. Go to our nice bus sleeping area and let's make it February. The way we're rolling here, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Seems like we're progressing too fast. All right, use market check. Mulcher. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, but ain't nobody got time for that. Need to double check the that the harvest isn't ready. Yeah, it's gonna be next month. Okay. One more check here. No bueno. Nada pinata. All right, let's make it March. It's time to get to harvesting. Oh, look, that would have been cool. Nothing we can use. Well, what is this? What is going on here? What is that? That's an auger manure spreader. Yeah, it's not gonna help. All right, time to drive this bad boy home and get straight into harvesting. And I think we'll just start at the closest field to this harvester. I think would be a wise way to do it. All right, this is such a big machine. I love the mismatch equipment. I love it. All right, let's see. Repair, yes. And repair, yes. So we spent about $6,000 on repairs, but we don't want to lose any yield. I think it was wise. Avoid this car here. There we go. Got another one to deal with. Let's go ahead and take this end row off while we're here. Make us a little easier to turn around. And hopefully this yield looks real nice like it did last time. It's starting to look that way. Yeah, exactly the same. Just like we wanted to see. Go ahead and raise the header loop around. Oh, forgot the steering wheel corrects itself now. I did fix some settings on it, so much easier to use. Yeah, that's plenty of space for turning around over here now. It is a tedious challenge, and that's part of the focus, is not cutting corners to get things done faster, make sure we're profiting enough. And I think this new 3-step process that we have of plowing, lime, planting, I guess 4 steps when it comes to harvesting, is got to be the most efficient way to maximize the income. So it's going good. And just about full already here for 15,000 liters. There we go. We'll go ahead and back out so we can get the cart over here, like so. All right, it's nice to know every time that's full, it's $15,000 or a little bit more. All right, we've arrived. Go ahead and get that unloading. Perfect stop there, perfect stop. Looking fabulous, looking fabulous. Looks like it's made us $29,000 according to this. This one's 74. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how these add up. Right there, I like that yield number. 37,000, 115, 100,000, 57. These are the two fields here that I'm eyeing next. And potentially these two also. Does anybody have corn other than us? Down here, states that at. Pretty fresh, nothing down there. Something to look at, but we've gotten our kind of path that we like to go down, and that's been working. I think it's been working for us. But looks like we just need to finish this row and then one more, and then we'll be able to move on to the next field. Moving at a lovely speed here. Oh, about 24%, maybe 25% full. I think we will go top off or empty out here. Just a couple little pieces that we missed. I don't even, is this even gonna give us a liter? It didn't. It didn't, because we had it off apparently. Okay, let's get this emptied out. We'll get to the second field, the second largest field in this harvest. And then we'll do the big boy last. Oh, let's see what we got in there. 18,000, okay. So this field's bringing about 36,000 a year. Yeah, just cruising a little bit in here. And we'll start turning now. Do a nice end row or two. Maybe we'll do a whole headland here. Yield looking good. No, nothing decreasing over here as expected. Man, it would be nice to just have a direct drill and not have to do that plowing process, but it is what it is. So then there's a spot there that seemed a little bit lighter. Curious. Just cruising, relaxing harvest. 44% halfway through doing the full headland here. So we should be able to get back before we need to get the cart over here. And I might hand it off to a worker when we start heading towards the south of the field. Let's get lined up here pretty good. There we go. And we can go ahead and should be safe to hand over to a worker. So we can bring the cart over, get it full. Get it to the train station. Gotta love the progress. Oh, they're facing the wrong way. Let's stop them right there. Let's go ahead and we'll sneak around here. Try to get it filled up here. If we have room, we don't have room. We don't, what were we thinking? What were we thinking? That's pretty comical to me. All right, this just should work though. There we go, we'll fill that up, pull forward, start filling up the back one, and then get them going. Nice. The rest of it in here. A little tired tonight. All right, get out of the way here. Enough to at least get them started. That should do. Oh, maybe that didn't. Maybe that wasn't good enough. Go ahead and turn like that. Should be clean. Hand it back over. And this, we're going to go to the other side of the field and start helping them unload. I'm going to make our first 45,000 liter deposit. Moving along nice with the harvest. Seem to get in trouble when we pull in this way. I'm going to loop around. Keep running into that roof with the John Deere. So let's go ahead and try this way. All right. Get this deposited, get back to that harvest. Just cruising along. And we're gonna take on over and finish up the harvest. Why did it do that? Why did, oh, I hate when it does that. I don't know why it changes the mode it's in when you cancel the worker. I wonder if there's a setting for that. That's just annoying. But we'll go ahead and lower the header again and activate it for this little strip here that we have missed. This definitely seems worth still harvesting. Maybe we'll get 10 liters out of it. Oh, not bad. Decent amount. And complete. 9,700 liters to deposit here. And that leaves us with just the big field to do next. Overdrove that. Will this fill up the front? We gotta buy more fields. Let's look at that real quick. So I know after we harvest the big field, we're gonna want to buy this one. It is $37,000. Let's go ahead and purchase it. And then we'll go with 41 and we'll purchase that. And before we go too far, oh no, we need to do the plowing first. Remember, we'll need to remember to plow that. And soil is going to be about 2,600 and 3,000. So about 6,000 for that. And where are we sitting financially now? 41,000. So if we go back here, We could buy maybe this one, $20,000. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll get that plowed and going. And that saves us, we have $21,000 left in our name, but look at all that. The next thing I want to attack is get all of this, probably avoid this one because it's more expensive, but we'll grab these two. And then from 27 to 8, I think we'll do this whole section as well. We're going to avoid this one because of how much it costs, same as this one. And then maybe we'll do this strip after that and have all of this connected. Then we'll want to grab these ones after that. But again, we want to focus on staying close. Tempted, we replanted already, but I'm tempted to sell these and maybe repurpose it for purchasing things over here eventually. I don't know. Wish I would have focused on just right on this road. Maybe grabbed all of these as well to begin with, but we didn't. That's unloaded. Go ahead and drive that over. I'm gonna get this all prepped and then I'm taking a break. Oh, it's not all the way unloaded. Oh, that's okay. But we will go ahead and park her right here for now. I'm gonna take a break. You won't miss anything. Well, we got the harvest going on the big field. We got a worker taking care of that for us. We're gonna skip on over. We're gonna drive on over to this area here and just get lined up good because our new fields, these are coming together. So we'll go about right there. That should be good. We'll allow field, lower it. Perfect. So we'll just drive straight all the way down the end of the field, damaging all these beautiful crops next to us. But we can't harvest them. We can't make any money from them. So we'll get this portion done. Probably have to unload that guy soon. But we'll get this done, the soil purchased, and we can start plowing and multitasking like we were doing last time. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, they're full. Let's go ahead and drop that and try to turn around here without damaging any of our corn. But we got to get the harvest needs to keep going, and we'll keep multitasking. Probably going to cut a lot of this harvest out since we've done a lot of tedious, repetitive things. But I'll give you an update with our total amount of grain when we have it. So I went ahead and got, that's the wrong way. I went ahead and got the plowing and the harvest done. Let's take a look at what we have in the silo now. 217,000 liters. Could be better. Could be worse. We'll take what we have. But it's time to now get prepared to start the liming session. And then we can lease the planter again. We do have only $12,000 as we bought the soil for the new fields. So we have that all taken care of. And we're going to have to take out a loan to get us by until it's time to sell this group of corn we have. Trying to adjust my mic, so I'm driving like an idiot. All right, so we've arrived at the store to get the spreader, but we are out of product, so we'll need to spend a little bit of cash. We're going to do 8 this time because we do have a little bit more fields. So we'll get this all filled up, and then afterwards, oh, we have 50% in here, so 8 should be good. Might get us through the rest of this year, but we'll see. We'll get these all filled up and go from there. And mind you, a couple of these fields have never been treated with lime that we know of, so we might end up going through a lot more this time around. And look at this extra size of fields now. Look at that one in front of us, and then the one in the background. Oh man, I think this was a wise decision to expand our fields. We're not gonna know, don't look at that spot right there. We're not gonna know our results until year 5 when we first start that video, but it's definitely in the right direction. Go ahead and unfold this bad boy, and our fields are so close to each other now. Pretty sweet. All right, let's go ahead and start liming here. Make sure we get all the way over. Missing a little bit there. Pretty good, and hopefully we can get through both the smaller fields before having to refill. That will be the plan. At least that's the hope. Just cruising along here, getting the first field done. 70% left still. But this is one that we've been treating, so we knew it was only going to take, 1.75 tons per hectare. Making good progress. We should have a making good progress counter at this point. All right, let's head on over to the next field directly in front of us. We'll get that one done, and then we'll refill to do the big boy, which is even bigger now. All right, once we get across this field here, we will enable it. Oh, got a little bit in the neighbor's field, but I don't think they'll mind. They probably mind us driving through a little more than they'll mind the extra lime. But here, 4.38 tons. This is what we're talking about on these new areas that just haven't been treated. 5.26 tons now. Burning through it a lot faster. We've already gone through 5%. Yeah, hopefully this is enough to finish this field. Now I'm worried about that huge new section. We always know, first time applying lime, it's a little more expensive than every other time after that, as long as you keep up with it. So hopefully we don't go too broke and have to take out too many loans, but we will be dipping back into our $100,000 loan to get the planter and everything else we need to finish planting this season. And yet another field done. We have 38% about left, so let's head on back to the store, get all refilled, cut the white car off. And I don't think we'll have enough to completely fill this up. We'll see where it's at when we do go through these. Looks like 5 bags left. It'll be close. All right, let's get it filled up, see where we're at. It looks like we bought the right amount, so we'll get this completely full here, a little bit left over in that bag, and we will head home. And is that another bag right there too? Let's see. It is. Good, we'll remember that when it comes time to do the other set of fields here later on in the year. Well, let's go find a good place to start, and I will be setting up GPS for this one since it's a bigger field. Just makes it a lot easier for me to not miss any spots. Oh, that's not a bad lineup there. We'll take that. Cruise control enabled. Turn it on. Shut our guidelines off. We don't need those now that we know we're set up good. 1.75, so they must have treated this. That's good. We got lucky. You can see that area to the low right where it's a lighter yellow. I assume we'll probably be using a little bit more lime, but this is pretty much ideal. Now we got a couple sections here that are just really burning through the lime. 5.26 tons. Yeah, we're gonna have to go buy some more. It looks like we're already down to 67% just on the second pass here, and all of that over there to do. We'll use what we have first, but it's gonna be close. So we're just getting past the new field area, and we're at about 5%. I think we'll be able to finish this pass, but we're gonna go fill up with what we have and see how far that'll get us. And then after that, we'll have to buy more, I'm afraid. But I am going to risk it and drive over here. It's not too far and fill up. We'll see what our percentage is at when we fill up with these 2 bags, and then potentially buy 1 or 2 bags, I think. It'll get used, so it's not like it's going to go to waste. Just don't want to spend money when we don't need to. Now, if selling crops prices fluctuate, why don't things like lime and purchasing those things fluctuate in price? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah, we're definitely going to buy about 3 more bags. That's my guess. Oh, that's seed. That's seed. Did we just buy seed? Well, we're going to need seed, so good thing we bought it. We bought the wrong thing. Seed costs. Yep. Okay. Slow down, Chris. 1, 2, 3. Lime bought. 1,500 or 1,500. $1,050. Sheesh. Sheesh. We'll go right there. Get these topped off, and we'll get back at it. Might not be enough, but I'm gonna risk it. I think it's gonna be. Want to really limit our spending for a little bit. I'm already kind of sad we're gonna have to take out loans again. I thought we were done with that, but this should hopefully be the last time. And back at it. So 1.75 here down to 0.88 tons per hectare. It's gonna go a long ways the rest of this field since we've been treating it. Wish us luck. Well, it seemed like the 3 bags extra there was pretty dead on. We have 6% left, hoping we get to the end here. Seems to be going pretty quick, though. Down to 850 liters. Should be fine. A couple spots we missed when we turned around a little too aggressively, but if we have some left, we'll go cover those spots. And then go spend a little bit of cash on renting some equipment to get the corn planted. Gotta do what we gotta do. All right, that's all done. Let's see if we can get this spot, if it'll even recognize much of it. It is, wow. All right, there it's gonna stop. And then there's one spot over here on the end. We'll flip it on for this just in case, but I don't think this spot's gonna get covered. Negative. But this spot over here will. You can see it in the map. Not sure what happened. I didn't shut off the machine there. I went into a menu. Maybe that's what caused it. Turn it on, little splash, and we're all set. Let's go take this in. Might as well drive it with us since we have to pick up a planter anyways. Ooh, these jobs are getting bigger. Well, we are borrowing money, but we know we're going to get it back once the prices get right, because we have about, $220,000 worth of corn already. So let's go ahead and hop in this menu first. And we're going to borrow $20,000, and then we'll hop in here and go to planters and the Kenzie again. And we will lease it. And we should have plenty of goods just chilling around. We might need some fertilizer. We'll see. Yeah, let's do one. We're going to do one fertilizer. Just want to make sure we have enough of everything. I gotta think that's enough seed, but we'll come by more if we need it. 90% full on seed, and let's start from the big field this time. And away we go. Another planting day underway. So $10,000 still. We'll pay back $5,000 if we can, and the rest we'll save to pay for our expenses over the next few months. We're in cruise control right now. Let's take a look. I can't remember the fluctuation of the corn prices. We go here, so it'll be June. So probably the end of June, we'll be paying for that or selling that. And if we look here, we should have quite a few months left. Yeah, so we have a few months to pass. Take a look at some used equipment after we get this planting done. Even though we don't have much money, hopefully nothing good like this Kenzie shows up and we can't buy it, because we will probably cry. Just running out of fertilizer here. Let's go ahead and lift before we do, so we don't plant and mess up. So let's go buy a little bit more. But you can see the field to the right, the new one we added, has a decent amount of fertilizer already. So the next couple passes is all we need on the big field, and then we should be good on this one to not have to apply much fertilizer. But the other ones, they're going to need a good amount, so we won't be as lucky. Maybe we'll drive through here and take a peek at this next one. So we'll get a little bit more seed, maybe 2 bags of seed and 2 things of fertilizer to get us through, and we'll use it next time if we don't this time. Yeah, same thing over here. So only half of this field's really going to need fertilizer. That's good. All right, let's empty this one before we decide if we're buying 2. Oh, let's go with just 1 for now. And then we'll do 2 bags of seed. Fill it on up. Get the seed in here. A little bit of fertilizer left over. Just bags down. Close enough for this second bag. All right, 3,000 liters of seed's got to have to do it. And I hope 2,800 liters of nitrogen will, because I'm tired of spending money. And back at it. Figured we'd finish this row this direction, and then we can loop back around at the top of the field. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. And kind of as I expected, 0 nitrogen getting put down on this side of the field. I don't think that'll negatively impact us having too much nitrogen, but it is kind of nice. It'll be just that strip that we plowed in front of us that's going to use some, and then the rest we'll be able to save. Then the big boy is just about done getting planted. So we'll do the one to the right next, because I have a feeling we're going to have to go back and get seed since we have less than 1,000 liters right now. But hopefully it works out. And can we cut across this ditch right here without folding up? Because that seems to be a long process for this implement. I think we can. So we'll go ahead and sneak right here. Start doing the headland. Oh, look at all of that. Look at all of that. Oh, 423 liters per hectare. Come on, that's a lot of nitrogen. Well, the seed's going a lot faster than I thought it would. 56, wow, look at that, just dropped. 12 seeds per meter square. A little higher than the other one, it was 9, but man, I underestimated that. Let's go ahead and lift. Let's go ahead and lift and fold and go get some more, fill it on up, finish this field and the other one. I guess we're not paying back $5,000. Now, the fact that that field has only half of it that needs to get fertilized, I think we will be okay with only 1,600 liters, but we'll be at the closer field if I'm wrong. I'd rather not spend the money right now. We're dipping into it. Now, I wanted enough to buy this Kenzie at the end of the episode. We'll see. And back at it. And just clean up a couple spots I missed, and we're all done planting these fields this year. We still got the other 2 to harvest, which we'll be doing next, and reapply to plow, lime, and seed. So a lot still to do this year, and these bigger the fields get, and the more fields we get, the longer these videos are taking to make. So let's go drop off what we have at the store, and then we'll return this and we'll get everything prepped for the harvest and see if there's anything amazing that we can't buy on the used market. It's that time again. Pretty good there. All right, let's head back to the compound. Might as well hook up to the carts while we're here. Alrighty, time to simulate some time. Time to simulate some time. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's our third day in March and nothing. Okay, just keeping an eye on that stuff. I'll pop in if there's anything interesting to talk about. Oh, that's cute. Can't afford the 70 grand right now. We'll move on. Price says it's going down. We're gonna skip a little bit of time and see if that's true, because it did that switch again on us. So it's down and now going back up. All right, let's skip one more day. And I believe this is the day where we want to go ahead and take a look. Look at this thing. Oh, 12 meters. This one is 18. Yeah, I won't be happy with that. All right, we're gonna head over here. We're gonna keep an eye on the prices, and we have one more month. It'll be July when we harvest the other 2 fields. The other ones are coming along nice. Just gotta wait for this price to be right, and then we will rent the train. It says it's dropping, but it's still going up. It is really trying to fool us. And we missed the peak, so let's go ahead and get this ordered. Yeah, it was a lot higher. It was like 43. So we missed it. Train should be on its way. Dang it. That's okay. There it comes. Our cash cow, or the way we make our cash cow. And like every other time, let's go ahead and fill her on up. I think a silo only has 1 item in it, would just default to that item. It's a lot of corn. That's a whole lot of corn. All right, one's full. Get this one all exact spot there. Go ahead and fill it up. A whole lot more corn. And we'll keep on backing up. It's hard to see this one though. We're there. 37,000 liters going in the back for our total of 214, I believe. 217. All right, let's get paid. Let's get paid. 223,000 plus 26,000 puts us at 250. We're gonna go in here. We're going to repay the loans. So our total is $233,000 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and start driving everything over. I think we're gonna start this harvest at midnight, or once everything actually updates, so that we can get as much money as possible from this and sell it now and get a nice total at the end of the episode. And top off on fuel while we're on our way over there. Oh, we hit the wrong button. It's 3 a.m. We'll see how the field looks when I get over there. I was trying to pass time and time it right, and I zoned out and we went right past it. But this corn hasn't changed. Oh, that's normal because it's not ready yet. Won't be ready till September. Let's slowly working our way over. Decent amount of light to start with. Not sure how well it'll show up on camera, but let's go ahead and get this started. And yield should be fine. Neighbors probably don't like the idea of this harvester going on at 3 a.m., but I want to sell. I want to sell. The price says it's going back up, so maybe it'll go up a little bit for us between now and then. But this isn't going to look very good on YouTube, so we will go ahead and skip ahead for you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We didn't get to see this last time. We got over 116,000. Prices are still a little bit above $1,000, so I'm comfortable selling it once the train arrives. Pretty good year. Setting up for it even better next year. Really think year 5 is what's going to make or break this. And I said that about year 4, but moving forward, no more mistakes. I don't really feel like we've made mistakes on this year, so feeling good about that. Could be a lot farther if we didn't make some of the decisions we made early on, but I think we're getting past all that. But if we're like $1 million short, it's definitely doable. I think the 10 million is doable. It's all filled up and we'll get it delivered. Let's see what our dollar amount is before we start flipping those fields. And 116,000 liters should be about $120,000. Gonna put us close to 400,000. Pretty nice. About 350. And 117 plus 7 plus 13 puts us at 364. All right. Now we'll get hooked up to the plow, get the 2 fields plowed, spread some lime, and buy our planter. All right, we're over at fields 28 through 30, getting ready to plow. Starting our last little day of work here on year 4. Confidence level, all-time high. We're out of debt. We have $360,000. Some of that's going to be gone soon. We're going to buy the planter, but we'll have more than $100,000 left going into next year and have a harvest pretty quick at the beginning of the year to get us hopefully about $500,000. And then we'll do some expanding in year 5. Yeah, year 5 and probably 6 will be a lot of expanding. In year 7 through 10 will be a lot of money making. That's the plan. Another quick job here. I gotta love this plow. I don't know, to be honest with you, if I would have stuck out this challenge if we didn't add this plow. So forgive me for breaking the rules, but it felt necessary. So we're gonna head down to the south of the map now and get the other field plowed. I feel like it's a wise idea to do it in that order instead of shifting over to the lime spreader over here. So we'll get both of them plowed, and then we'll spread lime on both of them, and then we'll buy our planter. Oh, quite the drive, but we've made it over here. Let's go ahead and get unfolded. That poor herbicide that's never going to get used. And away we go. Last field to plow this year. Feels good. Excited to start editing this video, get it out to you guys. Start working on year 5. We're going to bust these out a lot faster. And it's almost time to put this piece of machinery away for the year. Just got to turn around and do one more little pass. And there's a couple spots that I missed that I want to get, which seems to be pretty normal for us. One spot there, and then there's another spot that we're going to have to enable fields for because there's a little grass patch a little bit ahead of us that we can't see yet that we'll have to clean up. There, it's in view now. So we'll go ahead, and once we finish that, we'll lift. Move over to this little spot, lower it down, make sure we get that. Got to maximize our income. There's another $1 we'll make for that. Enable fields, and then we will go ahead and do this here and disable that and fold it on up and get her home. Time to get some lime going. All right, that's right. We don't have very much material there, so we'll go ahead and we'll buy 7 bags. That seemed to be the sweet spot for this. Open it on up, swing on over here and fill these up. And boy, oh boy, I feel like a broken record. And we should just have a little bit left over of that last bag, which is what we expected. Let's go ahead and close that. Head on back out. And we should be able to get all of this done with this amount of lime, since these are fields that we've already owned and we've been treating. So they should be in pretty good shape, and their pH level shouldn't be off by too much. So it shouldn't take too much product to get it back to a perfect setting. Really starting to learn our way around this map. This little cut through right here is pretty sweet. Great design. A little bit of grass on the wall there. I love it. All right, and away we go. 1.75 per hectare. That's perfect. Down to 88.88. Yeah, we should have plenty of product to get both these fields done. There we go. There's the map. There's the map. It's taking it from a light green to a nice green color. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think we're going to win this challenge? Do you think we're going to get 10 million? Do you think we're going to get 20? Maybe we land around 15? I'll let you know my new confidence levels momentarily. And the last little bit of lime for the season going down. Plenty in capacity to get us started in year 5. Money's at the highest it's been in the series, but that's about to change. It's about to drop a little bit. We're going to spend a good amount of money here in a second. All right, we'll finish this up. Head on over to the store and get ready to do some planting. All right, the moment is here. Let's go. That's the wrong button. Let's go here, and then we go into planters, the Kenzie. Nothing to upgrade, nothing to change. Can't change the can we change the license? Oh, just the last few. Okay, so we could do like, all right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's buy it. Know why we put a license plate on that. But then let's, forgive me. Since this is ours, I am gonna buy enough to fill everything up here. So we'll go pallets. We're gonna do 2 of these. And seed, we're gonna buy 4 bags of seed. I'm not sure how much it'll hold. We'll get that all filled up. We have $102,000, no debt to start year 5 with. Why is this not? It's got to be in the back. Okay, there we go, all filled up. Head on out to, I guess we'll go to the one closest here, get started on that, and then over to the other one for the final task of year 4, and then we'll do a little money recap and see where we're sitting and talk about that confidence level. All enabled. There we go. Putting some corn in the ground with our own equipment here. No more leasing, unless, you know, the only other things that we may spend money on is some transportation of grain. And the only way I'm going to do that is if it just gets super time consuming to go back and forth and we can't get the jobs done in time. Other than that, should be buying land, seed, lime, fertilizer, and that's it. And maintenance and fuel. I'm not going to do maintenance on this. I did do a little test. It doesn't seem to perform any different. So we're not really losing any performance from the John Deere. So I think it would just be a waste of money to spend on that, and it wouldn't really benefit us. So if this game had him full on breakdown because of it, at that point, yeah, I would definitely do maintenance. But we're not playing for realism as much as we're playing for the challenge on this playthrough. So that's what we're going to do. And starting the last field this year. Lots of excitement. We did use almost half the fertilizer on that field, so I was a little surprised by that. Get all this planted here, and we should have enough material. But fertilizer's the big expense the rest of the way, really. And as far as expanding's going, I'm going to do that timing when it makes sense to be able to get 2 harvests in. And I think like planting in getting something to harvest in June would be nice, and then kind of work backwards, and eventually we'll be maybe harvesting every month. We have 6 different cycles going. We have 2 right now, so next year we'll add another cycle of harvesting and planting, so they're on different months, so we're not just making the existing months that much worse or that much more work. So yeah, that expansion that we just did when we were expanding existing fields will add to the existing, pattern that we're doing. But the next group of fields I want to buy, we're going to plant on a different month than the other ones. So I think that makes sense. And just a little spot back over there that I want to grab just because that's how I roll. But yeah, 9% fertilizer left. Just about a perfect amount for these 2 fields. A little bit of seed left here as well. And I love a freshly planted field besides the stones. Gosh, getting rid of the stones would be so nice. We'll go ahead and just tap this here. All right, fold it on up. Let's head back in and do some analysis. Gosh, this field is so huge now. Hopefully that's a $300,000 field now. Give us $600,000 a year. I mean, so we have year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 years, 600,000 times 6. That gives us 3.6 million, even though I just ruined some crops there by using my calculator while driving. That sucks. But yeah, 3.6 million just from this right here to finish up, roughly. And the other 2 are just over 100,000. So they're 200,000 times 6. That's 1.2 plus 3.6 million. That puts us at 4.8 right there. So we know with the fields that we have, we're not going to make it. So we're going to have to, with that number, we're going to have to more than double. We got to more than double the amount of fields we have. And quickly. And where are we going to do that at? We're going to grab all of these eventually, all of these. And you have to get all of those. Ooh, it's going to be rough. And of course, those are just rough numbers. It's going to be rough in the rough numbers. That's what we just said. All right, let's check the used market here. Man, some good stuff if we weren't just doing corn. And the last time checking the used market this year. It's a long simulation there. Okay. Nothing good. So let's take a look at a few things. As far as land is concerned, we have $490,048 worth of land. That's about $500,000. As I'm adding up the total of our equipment, you can see the dramatic difference between these two, and that'll show you this number isn't super realistic for what we'll have at the end, but it gives us an indicator of where we are right now. So the number of that is 443,714. So between our land and our equipment right now, we have about $900,000. So our net total right now, our net worth is above $1 million. 9 to go for the base challenge, 19 to go for the challenge I've added, which at this point I'm going to say is a D for 20 million. But I think my confidence level's at a B right now, maybe a B plus for the 10 million. Let me know what you think, what your confidence level is in me winning this challenge, and thanks for hanging out for this long video. I'll catch you in year 5.